Alrighty guys, so here we got 3.6 solving systems with 3 variables. Okay, so we've done systems in the past with 2 variables. We're going to move on to 3. Honestly, of all the things we've done so far, this is probably going to be the easiest for you guys. The reason being is that one of the variables will be given to you. Okay, so as you can see here, in this problem, okay, z is already given to us. All it is a series of substitutions, okay? So, if I look at this, z is equal to 4, all right? I am going to take that and I'm going to sub it in to the equation before it, okay? So we're going to work up. It's like a ladder, all right? So, here I have y plus z is equal to 11. Well, instead of it being z, we know exactly what z is. Z is 4. So I'm going to sub it in. So y plus 4 is equal to 11. I'm going to go ahead and solve this. Very simple. Subtract 4 from both sides. Okay? And we will find that y is equal to 7. Okay, I've got my y now. All right, I already have my z answer. This is actually already one of my answers. Okay? For the top one, all right, to find x, I have x plus y plus z equals 15. So all I have to do is sub in my z and my y. So I have x plus, instead of y, I'm going to write 7 because that's what y is. Instead of z, I'm writing 4 because that's what z is. Okay? And it is all equal to 15. Go ahead, add your like terms. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Okay, and finally, 15 minus 11 is 4. Okay, so that's your first one. And guys, it's really not that difficult. It's just substitution after substitution, all right? So just be careful when you're subbing in. I know this was all positive numbers, okay? Obviously, we'll eventually get to some negative numbers, so the biggest thing you gotta watch is your signs. Okay, so example 2. Okay, example 2 here, all right? As you can see, it already gives me c. So there's already one of my answers. I already have c. So I'm going to take c and I'm going to sub it in to the equation beforehand. It's a ladder, right? So if I do that, 3b plus, well, instead of c, I know c is equal to 6. So I'm going to go ahead and write 6 here. All right, equals 18. Cool. Solve this equation, right? Subtract 6. So 3b is equal to 12. All right, last step, divide by 3, so b is 4. Okay, there's answer number 2. Now I got to go in and get a. So here I have 2a plus b. Well, b is equal to 4. Okay, and minus c. Well, that would be 6. Is equal to 20. Okay, 4 minus 6 to your like terms. Okay, 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Okay, add your 2, you get 2a is equal to 2a is equal to 22. So a is 11. Okay. All right, next example here. All right, guys, feel free to pause this video at any point in time if you want to try the example out on your own and then see the work worked all the way through. Okay, so here, I am not given my z directly. However, very easy to solve for z. Okay, I have 4z equals 20. All you need to do is divide by 4 to give me that z is really 5. Okay, so I've got my first variable. Again, just like we've been doing, plug into the one previously. So y plus 2, well, instead of z, I know z is 5. So I'm going to sub 5 in, okay, and that is equal to 15. All right, 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, go ahead and subtract your 10, so y is 5. All right, finally, go ahead and sub both z and y into the first statement, so I have 5x plus 5 for y plus 5 for z is equal to 35. All right, well, 5 plus 5, once again, is 10. So I have 5x plus 10 is equal to 35. Go ahead and subtract your 10. 5x is equal to 25, which makes x also 5. Strange example, but everything ends up being 5. And that's totally fine. Totally fine. Okay? All right? We're going to ignore the second one. The second one is missing a answer, so we're going to ignore that one. All right, so just look at the first one again. Feel free, pause the video, try it out on your own, and see if you can match the answers, all right? So here, I have negative 3c equals 18. Well, if I want to get c, all I have to do is divide by negative 3, which would give me negative 6. So there's my first variable. Once again, substitute that c in. So b plus 4 times c is equal to negative 25. Okay, well, 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. Okay, then I need to add 24 to both sides, so I end up with b is equal to negative 1. There's my second variable. Last but not least, we plug in to get our a, so I have negative 2a minus 1 plus 2 times negative 6 is equal to 13. Okay? 2 times negative 6 is negative 12 minus 1 gives me negative 13 is equal to, there you go. Okay? And then I need to add my 13, so negative 2a is equal to 26. Therefore, a is equal to negative 13. Okay, so there is our basic problem for this. Okay, of course, just like everything else, we also have word problems. Okay, so in this case, it says Spencer has 22 pairs of shoes. 2 times the amount of his Nikes plus his Adidas is 12 pairs of shoes. If Spencer has 6 pairs of Adidas shoes, how many pairs of Jordans and Nikes does Spencer own? So you have to set this up. Okay, so as I'm setting this up, all right, I see that he has Nikes, he has Adidas, and he has Jordans. Okay, and in total, he has 22 pairs of shoes. Okay. Then it says his Nikes plus his Adidas, I'm sorry, 2 times his Nikes plus his Adidas is equal to 12 pairs of shoes. Okay, then finally it says Spencer owns 6 pairs of Adidas. So there's my setup. Now it's just exactly what you've been doing. Substitute that A in. Figure out his Nikes and figure out his Jordans. Okay, I already know how many Adidas he has. So if I go to figure out his Nikes, I'm going to plug in for the A in my second equation. 6. Okay, so I end up with 2 times his Nikes is equal to 6 pairs of shoes. Therefore, he has 3 pairs of Nikes. Okay, cool. Last piece is I got to figure out his Jordans. That's fine. Just plug in all of the information you know. You know he has 3 Nikes. You know he has 6 Adidas. You don't know how many Jordans, but you do know he's got 22 total. Okay, so go ahead, combine your like terms and subtract. So that would be 9. So 22 minus 9 would give me, excuse me, 13. Okay, we got 13 pairs of Jordans. All right, moving on. Okay, here we have, there are a total of 76 combined players that are playing either basketball, volleyball, or tennis. So let's just go ahead and take care of that. So I have basketball, I have volleyball, and I have tennis. Okay, and there are 76 of them. All right, 4 times the amount of basketball players minus the amount of tennis players is equal to 136. Okay? And finally it says there are 24 people who play tennis, which tells me that tennis is equal to 24. Find the other 2. Okay, cool. So here's tennis. basketball. So all I'm going to do is sub that 24 in for tennis. So in this case for basketball, I have 4 times the basketball players minus the tennis players, which I know is 24, is equal to 136. Well, I need to go ahead, I need to add 24 to both sides here, so I have 4 times my basketball players is equal to 160. Okay, 160 divided by 4 is, is 20. I'm sorry, is 40. Why did I say 20? That is 40. Okay. That is 40. All right. Now I go ahead and plug those 2 numbers into my top here. I've got 40 basketball players. I have no idea how many volleyball players yet. I have 24 tennis players. And remember that is equal to 76. You go ahead, you combine your 2 numbers there. You have volleyball players plus 64 is equal to 76. I go ahead, I subtract my 64, and I am left with 12. So we have 12 volleyball players, all right? So there you go, guys. The key is just a setup. After that, the work is always going to be the same. Okay, last problem. Hopefully I can sneak this in before this recording ends. Okay, Trevor has 34 coins. He has nickels, dimes, and quarters. So cool. I've got nickels, I've got dimes, and I've got quarters. Okay, and he has 34 total. Okay, it says 3 times the amount of nickels. So 3 times the nickels minus the amount of quarters is equal to 17. And lastly, it says he has 4 quarters. All right? And just like before, we have all 3 equations. Go ahead, do your substitution. Okay? So I have 3 times my nickels minus my quarters is equal to 17. Nice and simple. So 3 times my nickels is equal to 21. So my nickels is 7. I have 7 nickels. Okay? I have 7 nickels. I have 4 quarters, but I don't know how many dimes. Okay? I add those 2 together. I get my 11. Plus my dimes is equal to 34. So simple, subtract your 11. So we should have 23 dimes. Okay, guys. Tomorrow after this, so hopefully you got the hang of this. Tomorrow we'll play a game. I'm probably going to do Jeopardy, just so we can get the hang of this, and then we'll get ready for a test at the end of the week. All right. Hope you enjoyed.